One of the biggest worries at the moment is Fiji, because we've had a military regime there since 2006, and that's also, Fiji is the base of the largest journalism school in the Pacific. It's the University of the South Pacific Journalism School, which actually represents 16 countries. And it's had a long, proud record of a free press, and publishes its own newspaper once in a while, and has its own radio station, Radio Pacific, and so on. But now the students are actually learning in an environment, whereas in the past they'd actually seen examples of the free media, and there's 3 daily newspapers in the capital of Suva, which is, for in the Pacific context, it's a large range of media. But now, since 2006, there was overt censorship for almost 3 years, and now there's self-censorship, even though the official censorship and the soldiers in the newsrooms are no longer there. But that climate leaves a legacy, and so editors don't want to rock the boat too much, and so they make self-censoring decisions, and then individual journalists won't do stories because they know it's probably not going to be run. And of course the students go on internships to the media organisations, and this is what they learn. So whatever they're learning actually in journalism school, which is very vigorous in terms of free media, and very strongly in support of liberal democracy and so on, but also alternative forms, not just the Western version. There's actually quite a variety of news models actually sort of taught at USP. But the problem is they go out, the young students go out there and they see the other media, and they're all basically cowed, and most journalists, not all, because there's some really courageous journalists in Fiji, and there's a publication called Republica, where it's only just started last year, and it's actually a breath of fresh air. It's really vibrant and really sort of running some really powerful investigative stories, and so far they've managed to survive doing this. But by and large, the daily news media, it's a climate of self-censorship, and this is what the students have to contend with. My own view is that I think it's really important that universities themselves have independent media, and this has been a debate we're having in New Zealand, you see, because all our news media in New Zealand all the newspapers, apart from one, the Otago Daily Times, is owned by 2 companies, and they're in fact from Australia, but one of them is in turn owned in Ireland. But their cost-cutting programs that are so great that they've actually sort of reduced the number of journalists over a number of years, and so investigative journalism barely exists anymore. So I think it's really important that journalism schools themselves really, and their universities, back the independent journalism and put resources into independent reporting.